helping ELL students develop academic language. Academic language is defined as the language register used in school to read, write, and discuss academic subject areas. Most students, not just ELLs, struggle because teachers assume that once a student can read, that students can read anything, when in reality support is needed to gain specialized vocabulary. On the Cummins model, the horizontal continuum has two extremes. Context-embedded communication is where students can state a misunderstood message and are then offered support by meaningful cues. Vertical scale describes the cognitive involvement, which is the amount of information that must be processed simultaneously by the individual in order to carry out the activity. Moving from conversational to academic language requires carefully sequenced lesson planning, explicit teaching of vocabulary, connections to prior learning, and the use of group work to provide authentic context for communication. Academic vocabulary is made up of both academic and content-specific terms. The four components of an effective vocabulary program are providing rich and varied language experiences, teaching individual words, teaching word learning strategies, and fostering word consciousness. Biber's study found three differences between the style of language used. Spoken texts are more interactive, written texts are more abstract, oral texts are more immediate. Written language often has double the lexical density of spoken language. Higher rates of lexical words increases the cognitive demand on the reader. Students must learn to write in an academic style, including sentences, paragraphs, and academic genres. Content objectives are based on state or national standards and are created for each content area at each grade level. Language objectives are based on their state's English standards. Language objectives should focus on different language domains, speaking, listening, reading, and writing, but also relate to the content objective. ELLs are assessed in language and content, however, content is most often assessed in English. Schools need to have a comprehensive portfolio of tests to determine placement for an ELL. Content tests can be modified in different ways, but they do not help the language barrier. The best modification a teacher can make to a content test is to make the questions more concrete and use simpler language. In conclusion, the foundation of learning starts with a relationship with the student. Students should be judged not only on their conversational language, but their academic language. Students need to develop academic language to succeed, read, write, listen, and discuss. Teachers should have both content and language objectives to ensure an ELL's success.